Consider the holodeck. When inactive, it is just an empty room, a cold, precise projection grid. This is the physical substrate. But when activated, it renders an immersive forest. You smell the rain, you feel the texture of the bark. This experience is what we call reality. The physical room and the rendered forest are different dimensions occupying the same space, never to be confused. We have seen a shift in how we talk about the inner life. We use words like perception, interpretation, and mindset to describe our world. The language has moved inward, focusing on the role of the mind in shaping how things feel. This vocabulary suggests a move toward understanding experience as an internal generation. However, if we look at the mechanics of these ideas, the structure remains unchanged. This is an outside-in paradigm wearing inside-out clothing. Moving the activity of the mind to the inside doesn't change the outcome if we still believe an external cause is triggering that activity. The location of the processing has shifted, but the architecture of cause and effect is still intact. We map this structure. An external event acts as a fixed source. Arrows point inward to the mind, treating it as a processor filtering outer data. But structurally, there is no outer reality being processed. Lived experience is generated entirely from the inside. As long as we treat experience as a downstream reaction to physical matter, we remain locked out of the mechanism that actually generates it. This architecture persists through our common language. We can see it operating within three phrases often used to describe human experience. The first is the claim that reality is not literally manufactured inside the mind. This is true of the physical. You aren't manufacturing the chair you sit in, but it conflates the physical with reality. Matter isn't manufactured by the mind, but your lived experience is. The second phrase suggests that experience is shaped by interpretation and reaction. This puts a downstream effect in the position of the cause. It is equivalent to saying the wave produced the ocean. Perception and interpretation are not the generators. They are part of what has been generated. The third phrase claims that two people can be in the same situation and inhabit different worlds. This relies on the assumption of a shared situation. In reality, each person is generating a separate, watertight world. There is no shared situation being filtered. There are two entirely different realities. If we believe experience is merely an interpretation of an outer event, we spend our lives trying to fix the filter. We focus on editing our thoughts rather than recognizing the operation that produces them. The final move requires dropping the architecture of cause and effect. There is no outer event to process. There is only a universal mechanism continuously rendering reality. This shift is not an exit from the simulation. It is a recognition of the underlying framework while the rendering is still running. It's the grid becoming visible through the textures of the city. When the architecture of external cause is dropped, the operation has access to a different source. A dimension previously cut off comes back online. This is where wisdom exists. It is fresh, uncomposed material that sits before form. It is structurally unavailable as long as we believe reality is just a downstream effect of the physical world. To see the full structural picture of how this operation works, I recommend reading the source article. It provides the depth necessary to see past the common misunderstandings. Insight is not the result of rearranging old thoughts. It is the natural result of allowing fresh material to enter the system from its actual